All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for After the Rain, episode 2.
All right.
Okay.
We have had shirt sniffing.
Very interestingly sweet, but very specific type of romantic show.
Yes, indeed.
We have a main character who very much is in love with the guy who's 45 years old, and she's 17.
And he's her boss.
And he's her boss. And he has a kid.
Yep.
And you know what? I actually think that there's something kind of wholesome about this. Because, like, the way they're kind of such goofy goobers about, figuring out this whole thing.
Exactly. The fact that they both don't really have their lives together in certain ways.
Yeah.
Like,
there's an innocence about it.
Right.
It's hard to look at this in some way as what, probably a lot of people from the outside would look at it as being maybe that there's some kind of predatory aspect to it.
Right, exactly. Which is great to see the guy be completely, clueless.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like that
she
at all.
literally is asking for his number, and he's like, what? What's,
Yeah, ID
is that what the kids are into these days?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It makes it easy to think of him as not 45.
Right. Yeah. And then, of course, he looks pretty young, too.
Right, he looks very young for his age.
So there's that. So, yeah, guys, let's get into episode 2. This looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only watched one episode so far, but I just keep forgetting that the show looks really good.
It really does.
Yeah. Now, that umbrella.
Remembering the previous day.
Yeah. Yui. What's with the eyes of...
Yeah,
guys in the background.
Mysterious transfer student. Oh.
Ah! Oh! It's like she can't even see him. She's like, who? What guy? I don't see a guy. All I see is this blob of awkward right in front of me.
Right.
After the rain.
Oh. So, you know how in some stories where it's like sports or things like that, they'll be like, you're a decade too early or something like that. Somebody's like, you're 20 years too early. Or 30.
Wow. Yeah.
That would crush his
kind of
soul.
works, yeah. Just as her heart flutters, everything around her just awakens.
JoJo color palette. I do not get the llamas, though. Like, they're a fun touch with the hamster and everything.
But think about it. This is how, ridiculous being in love is,
Sure, yeah.
Just makes your heart just go, blah,
And I love how the two raindrops are put together to form the heart.
Yeah.
They could also be seen as tears, potentially.
Ice, baby. Yes.
Yep.
No. Oh, she just shakes her head.
Yeah.
No, shakes her head.
Ah!
I like how he's so... Oh. He's like, I'm still standing here.
And she's just like...
She's like, wait. Oh my god.
That was so adorable.
Right.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, she's hungry. What? They're like, wait, an outstanding benefit package. The very obvious glances from across the room, yes.
Oh. But her injury.
She was a runner, yeah.
She can be okay though?
Yeah. Oh, she's going. Like, what were you doing chasing after her? Oh. Teetering tower of plates. I have seen that before. Oh, I saw it coming! Oh. 失礼しました。 Shattered. Oh, that was a perfect transition.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Taking her to the hospital.
Yeah. He's like, I can't. I don't want to touch you because. Time stops. Ah.
店長さん。はい。少し落ち着きましょう。はい。じゃあそこに横になってね。
Kondo lies down. He's like, okay, calm down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, this guy is so like. Eh? This gag continuing, oh my god. Look at how like well he means, and yet he's such an idiot. Like,
yeah.
Was she just walking home?
How much you want to bet he's gonna give her a ride home?
No, I think she's leaving early. Remember, he has to close down,
yeah.
so no, he couldn't do that. But should I stay or should I go? She had to go upstairs too.
Yeah.
That is no
Stairs
fun.
are not easy on crutches.
No, they are not. Aww.
Oh, is it him?
ガーデンの近藤です。吉沢君から聞いたんだけど、足前に怪我してたんだってね。ごめんね無理させちゃって。何かあったら連絡してね。これ俺の携帯番号。じゃあ。
Hey! She's like, I've been gifted something beautiful.
Add to contacts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Save. And everything is bright and beautiful and wholesome.
さっきはごめんね。気がつかなくて。
いえ、傷を隠したわけじゃなくて。
Aww.
No way.
Wait, what?
No way.
Wait a minute.
店長、どうして？
Yeah.
大事な娘さんに怪我させちゃったからね。お詫びの挨拶をと思って。
仕事で留守ですが。
いやー、行く前に確認すればよかったな。
Oh my gosh, this is
改
happening.
めて来るよ。
そんないいですよ。
来られて嫌だったのかな。こんなうろうろして平気なの？
はい、軽い怪我なので。
本当に？この爪が赤いのって怪我のせい？
Really?
いえ、ただのペディキュアです。
ペディ？
Penny?
ネイルのこと。
He's so dense.
手に塗るのがマニキュアです。
Yeah. I even know the difference between that.
I didn't. So this is
Oh,
good.
you didn't? That's great. That's so wholesome.
血まみとかなると爪赤くなるじゃない。
Look at him just being a goofy goober, smiling and laughing.
ひどすぎます。っていうか赤じゃなくてピンクだし。おかしい。何か？
ああ、いや、なんか立花さんいつもと違って柔らかい印象だなと思って。やっぱ地元だからかな。あ、俺ドリンク取ってくるわ。
That was actually a cool little detail. He's an older guy, so when he stood up, he had to kind of stretch out his back and stuff. That little detail, that meant like the world to me in this simple episode. But oh,
何ですか？
whoa,
いや、なんか今ね。
holy crap, holy crap.
見たことあるような。
Yeah, the way he looked at the silhouette of her.
黒蜜白玉パフェでございます。
Oh, that's tasty.
前に持ってそれって。
いや、しかしに。
What? Is that a ship? That's a legit ship with sails and stuff.
ここなら何でもあるんじゃない？
Wow.
Oh yeah, why'd you come to work?
何もないです。私、店長のことが好きです。
No way.
Episode 2? Episode
No
freaking
way.
2? Is she gonna backpedal or is she gonna stick with it? Wait.
Oh my god.
本当？
Yeah, that
He
kind of
took it as
makes
a
sense.
joke, right?
No, well,
いやー、
Yeah.
俺てっきり立花さんに嫌われてると思ってたよ。
He's spilling his coffee and stuff. He is nervous though.
Uh-huh.
食って食って。
Wow.
お願いします。
Wow. Both of them backpedaled out of it.
uh-huh.
I'll bet you anything he understood what it was immediately. Now, here's the thing. He's being played as a very, like, ditzy, not
Right.
perceptive person.
Yeah.
But him having that little deja vu flashback in combination with her
Yep,
saying,
yep.
I like you, saying, why'd you come to work here?
Right.
I think he's
Yeah,
like, oh, yeah, haha, that's a good one. I mean, of course, thank you. I
Right.
mean, you know,
Because
thought
I
you
mean, what
hated
else is
me.
he gonna do, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, I need to get out of here.
Uh-huh.
Order
Right.
something more.
I need to, you know, turn the attention of the situation to literally
To
anything else.
else.
I love this ending so much. It is so amazing.
Yes.
Like, I love that they got Eimer to do the ending. Like, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
opening.
Yeah.
The ending.
Yeah, this ending is something. I would listen to this on my own time, just casually.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
like, oh
Yep.
yeah, I'll just turn this on and listen to it. But holy crap, she couldn't pass in the second episode.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get acknowledged.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's right. It's
Cool.
Wit Studio. That's why it looks so gorgeous.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
They are moving this right
Okay,
along.
Tachibana. Okay,
Like,
okay.
She's
Okay.
really going here.
I like that she isn't confident to the point where this was her plan. Like, it
Right,
just
uh-huh.
kind of bleh.
Right, but at the same time, she's a protagonist that is playing an active part in moving the plot forward. Like, which makes sense, because it certainly wouldn't be Kondo. So, yeah. Yeah.
No.
Not exactly.
But I also love the thing of this episode, just the words just kind of left my mouth, you know?
Yeah, it's just like, I said that.
I said that.
Oh.
I said it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that whole scene with the train and the umbrella, was that the connection to the previous episode?
I think so. I think
was that
was her
that was not
thinking
tied
back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. I love the wholesome funny of this episode.
Yes.
This episode was hilarious.
Yes, it was great.
I love that the whole Yoshizawa character basically coming in is basically like, oh, this is another example of someone coming to this restaurant because they have a crush on someone and they want to work there and get close to them and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious, the whole plate thing, the whole Eiffel Tower crash, you know.
And he almost caught it. Like, he almost caught it. But he freaking tipped it over. Like, it wasn't even that it just got too big.
He just went and
he's like, oh yeah.
And then them all saying, like, Mr. Kondo is not very forgiving, like, you're going to be dead. And he just runs in, steps on all the plates. I love the fact that they did the sounds of all the plates being stepped on very well. And then he's all like, oh, this?
Don't worry about it. Big deal.
Where's I got to get the car. Which is funny because he ran in here, I think, to think about what he should do. But the thing was, I think he came in here also maybe to get advice as to what he should do. And then he just went, car! And then he ran back out, which is hilarious because it's like, wait, you weren't coming in here to get keys. So why'd you come in here in the first place? And I think this is just
did he not get keys?
I don't think he got the keys from in this room.
Gotcha.
This was the place where the cooks and the dishwashers are.
Right,
so it's like, why would his keys be in there?
Yeah,
be
only
in
if he had to like go through there to get to the office.
But he didn't. He went back out the same way he came in, which is hilarious.
Right.
So I think this just shows a personality thing of Kondo, is that he leaves little areas like he leaves the area of where the problem is, goes somewhere else and goes, what should I do? What should I do?
And is like, what happened at the end of the episode, even though they didn't show him doing that because they're leaving it ambiguous whether or not he actually clued into what was going on.
Yes.
But as soon as she said that, he's like, oh, great, that's awesome.
You don't hate me. Awesome. I'm going to go leave and get more food.
Go talk to the manager, you know.
And that's funny because one of the things that's, I would say, it's probably etiquette for, you know, restaurants and things like that in Japan as well, to have a customer leave the table and call out like, hey, let's get some service over here, where's the manager? That's kind of awkward. That's kind of
sure.
So him doing that shows, and since he's someone who knows that that's a little bit
right,
he's doing that because he really doesn't want to be at this table at the moment.
Sure. It could also be because he's like, if they didn't want to have it be that, they could have it be where he's just a genuinely nice person, so he wants to give it the personal touch because he knows how it feels when people just shout out for the manager, so he's going to go up and specifically talk to them and be like, hey, can I get the manager? But yeah, it's probably something where he's like, all right.
Yeah, a combination of those two, or maybe all three, with the third thing being...
Right.
I need to go think about this somewhere else where I can talk out loud to myself.
Exactly,
you know?
because when he saw her running, he did blush. So we are not going to have a harem protagonist here.
Yeah.
We are not going to have someone that is just clueless because clueless, you know.
Oh, you're talking about Kondo. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, on some level, though, I can kind of smell the not the Mary Sue, but kind of the perfect girl MC, though. Not the harem protagonist, but how literally everything about her is kind of, you know,
sure.
flawless for the sake of, you know.
Yeah, we haven't really seen her flaws yet, although but the thing is, we've seen insights into her personality, but not many, granted, because she's a very reserved and soft-spoken person most of the time.
Yes.
But like the fact that she ran, that could have been to impress Kondo, that could have been because she just really wanted to run. She probably knew that wasn't going to end well, you know.
Yeah, I think that it's also partially a thing that she likes doing, and when it's something that will yield a reward of some kind, albeit something that could be motivated because the guy is there, or just because she genuinely wanted to help this guy get his phone back.
Right.
I think the main point is that she ran for the reward of the feeling of running, and having it be towards something where she can succeed in that.
Right.
So I think that it's a multi-dimensional thing, which I think is good, but because it's not, you know, expressly gone into as much,
Right, we can only guess, which is great because that's also how it is for Kondo. But it's showing that she has desires and insecurities and things like that, and it's not just she's straightforward and confident about, saying, I like you, or why did you come to this work here?
Totally,
I like you.
Totally. But I think that's all wrapped within the premise of the show.
Sure.
And that the whole thing is something that most everyone would be awkward about confessing their feelings to someone 28 years older than them.
Yes.
Just saying, under any context. Yeah. Even if she was 35 and the other person was 63, it still would be probably a little bit.
And when you're around that age, it's generally a little bit awkward either way, even if they're the same age.
Yes.
So, that adds to it even more.
Yoshizawa.
Exactly. Yes. Right.
So we get a lot of time with Kondo and Tachibana talking to each other.
And one of the things that I have to really applaud this show for is that the reasoning behind why they ended up together it felt natural. Right? Mm-hmm. Because the thing is that one of the things that bugs me is when there will be some sort of romance story, and then the reason that the main characters end up actually spending time together outside of just the norm
feels contrived.
Right, feels contrived, and they didn't do that here. It was, it was still a series of fortunate events, but it felt normal. I mean, got that, Kondo would be the kind of person to be like, I need to apologize to your parents because, that's...
But here's the thing that is a little bit off about it, and this is something that I think they should bring up later, and they probably will. He didn't call her that he was coming and say he was coming. He has no idea, as far as I know, that that she necessarily lives with her folks. Now, she is young, so I think he assumed that. But there's a lot of mini assumptions being made there.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because I think that tells us more about him than it does about anything about Tachibana. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that is something that if Tachibana was thinking about this, without all the emotions just flooding her and stuff, she'd be like, holy crap, wait, I'm an employee. Mm-hmm. And this happened technically outside the bounds of the, the whole thing there. I guess she was on shift. She was on the clock, so there's that. Mm-hmm. But
I think the whole thing of not being on the premises only works if it's a customer, because then they're not technically associated with the business at that point. If they bought something and then leave and then injure themselves after they leave the premises of the establishment, then it's not necessarily connected to the...
Yeah.
It's
you're right. You're right.
That he is getting mugged. Well, let's hope we don't cover him.
Well, I'm not saying that he's thinking like that. I'm saying that the act of him going to apologize to the parents is something that, again, there's a lot of mini assumptions being made here.
Absolutely.
One, the whole thing that the parents are even going to be there.
Right. And
two, the whole thing that, it's okay for him to come unannounced to a young girl's house like that.
Right. And the thing is that he probably wasn't thinking, oh, she's at an apartment by herself, because that's what it seems to be like, or at least her mom is at work, but we haven't seen the mom, so, the parent might not exist again, as much as we know.
Speaking about another thing that's not really connected to this, but you notice how when they ask, you're someone's daughter, I wanted to apologize to your parents, my mother is at work, nothing about the father.
Right. Yep.
Why do you think she's potentially attracted to an older guy?
Sure. Yeah, definitely plausible. Yep.
Freud is over here just being like, I was right.
I
was right.
Yeah.
And this is something that I'm not going to give really any commentary on, other than bring it up as something that it's something that's, I would say, worth discussing by the time the show is over. By the time we've gotten through all the episodes of the show, to see how they end up handling it and stuff, because there's something interesting there to discuss. I don't know.
And they could have it just be a throwaway line, and because if you have high school stories, a lot of the time you don't want the parents to play a major role, because then it's not cool for the high schoolers, because
it takes away screen time.
And it takes away screen time, right?
Yeah.
And so if they were having both parents not exist doesn't really make sense. Having one parent not exist, okay, that makes sense. And given the kind of story that this is, then sure, let's make it the dad, But they could definitely go into it more in depth if they wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go in depth into it, like the characters. But I think the show is going to point at specific things.
Sure.
Not necessarily as saying that it's this is all just some weird thing of Tachibana, like, being interested in older men just because her father's not around. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's an actual thing that can be discussed there without concrete, resolutions being made based on
right. It doesn't have to be a point of conflict, but it can still be something that is brought up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Yui being adorable with Yoshizawa showing up. I love that the quirky, perky, cute girl is like finding the absurdist, awkward boy Yoshizawa actually
just
like
adorable.
her type because he's so sweet and dorky.
Right.
And she's just like, oh, look at that. Like, he's so forward and dorky. I love it. Even though she can totally tell probably that he's kind of not interested in her.
Right. He came here for a very specific reason. But yeah.
Oh man. Oh, sorry.
I hadn't quite
formulated a thought.
Yeah,
okay. So we have Kase and Mr. Otsuka. I think it's Kase who is the blonde one. But them basically saying they're releasing all kinds of negative ions or something. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, just of all the lines for them to have as the girls are like talking about just the cute things and stuff, and they're just this is awkward, but we have to listen in, and they're just like, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that hilarious.
I loved how they handled the whole thing of her getting his number, because if you think about it, in a workplace situation, getting a coworker's number is not difficult, right?
Oh, it's very easy.
It's very easy.
Very easy.
Like, it's almost just assumed that you should be able to have anyone's number because, coordinating shifts and things like that or whatever.
If you're a manager.
Right, if you're a manager, or not that you should have everyone's number, but that if, say, you're an employee and you need a coworker's number, right, that you should be able to get it, right?
You should be able to get some form of contact access to them in such a way that they would find preferable. Now, I could totally see it being just email address.
Sure, yeah.
Like something that's more anonymous, but a phone number...
Right. But but the thing is that it's
phone number,
because she was wanting to get his phone number for very specific reason, not work related, right? So, but the fact that then he calls her and is like, oh yeah, I just wanted to make sure you're okay, blah blah blah, and we can coordinate the schedule stuff, the time and all that stuff. Call me if you need anything, and then that little bit.
Call me if you need anything.
At the end, it's like, yeah, okay,
her
cool.
heart just went.
Boom, 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 boom.
Just the hills are alive with the sound
and it's pretty frightening. Yeah. But yeah, that was great because this show, it has a lot of things happen that is not spelled out, right? You read into the silences and the expressions and the things like that and all that stuff, and it's really good because I love showing. And they did that very well with Tachibana just being like, I have his number now. Yeah, and she wants him. Like, this is something where it's like, I think on some level it shows one how disconnected I am from the whole crush idea. Like I can't remember actually what it felt like to be 17 and in love. Like, I don't. That was 10 years ago. It's putting a lot on my memory.
Yeah, it's weird to think about, but I think that's also something that's kind of depressing.
Sure.
Like I don't know if anyone else can relate, but can you remember what it was like when you had your crush that you were really nervous to do anything about? You probably never did anything about, but it's like, it was real. It was 7-page letter. Oh my gosh. Man. Yeah, that's real. But I'm hopeful that this show will stoke that, kind of make me remind me of what that was like. But
to be young again.
Yes, ought to be young again. And Kondo had a little bit of a deja vu moment this episode.
Deja vu. I've
been in the space before, hiding on the streets, and the phone is the place to go. Oh, you've been the search the mystery, standing on my feet. It's so hard when I'm trying to be me. Whoa!
Imagine Tachibana starts running. And I know it's sprinting and tracking, and it's different than driving. But imagine she goes and she starts running. Deja vu.
Deja vu.
But yeah,
Okay,
the
but
deja vu
seriously.
thing, that was great. And
Was that his wife?
No, I thought that was supposed to be her when he gave her the cup of coffee, and that he didn't even make the connection that was her.
Okay,
But it could be his wife.
possibly. I like your idea better than mine.
Because like they focused on the holder with the receipt, and everything, which did have a receipt in it when she was there.
Yeah.
And the thing is that he came back with a cup of
Oh.
coffee. He was walking towards it with a cup of coffee, and she was sitting there staring at the window.
Yep, you're right.
And the thing is,
That's
the
it.
fact that they brought that up, that's why I think that he could piece it together that, he gets the answer. I like you. It's like, okay, that might be a reason to stay working at a place. Right? Because, you quit people, not jobs. Mm-hmm. But as for why she started going there, then it's like...
quit managers.
Oh, right, yeah, you quit managers. Yeah. But then thinking about that and being like, oh, okay.
And then
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That explains why she was sniffing my shirt. Like...
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if we go another episode with him not cluing in 100%, but he's, watching.
Right,
And he's in this weird state, and this I find really funny, if he's, he's, watching, to be... And she looks at him staring at her, and she thinks, he likes me. And she's like... She caught me, and then he's like, "Wait, I think she does. Wait, no, that'd be weird."
Because the thing is, the biggest reason that I could say would be a good explanation for why he could have some of the harem protagonist syndrome, where he doesn't clue into the the doubts and all that stuff, is because he's like, "Okay, come on, man, you're 45, you're her boss, blah,
Snap
blah,
out
blah,
of it.
Snap out of it. That kind of thinking will get you in some serious trouble, Just yeah." But the thing about this show, because a one core romance story between a 17-year-old and a 45-year-old, there are issues, right? Yeah. How do you actually have the romance have any kind of meaningful resolution or
blossoming?
Yeah, exactly. Over the course of such a short period of time,
move fast.
Well, you make it so that the girl is the younger person is very forward.
She has to be,
because otherwise nothing's going to happen, right?
Yep.
Because young people having crushes on older people happens all the time. And nothing happens from it, right?
Yep.
So in order for something to happen from it, she has to do things like say, I like you, and that's why I came to work here.
I mean, she doesn't have to sniff his shirt necessarily. But...
Yeah, that might be, going the extra mile a bit, but...
Now, here's the thing. I actually want to posit a question to people here, and mods pass along ones that have, really thoughtful, well laid out, comments on this. If you were 45... and a 17-year-old employee of yours started texting you, let's say.
How do you handle that?
What would you do? Because you know what I would do? I would block that number. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yep,
maybe there are different laws in Japan or something like that I'm not aware of, but
it's like...
I would block that number so fast.
That's the kind of thing that could ruin your life.
Yeah. That's putting it lightly. Because... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's the thing that sucks. It's that catch-22, which makes me really curious to see how they'll go about handling.
Because I want this to stay wholesome and happy and funny, and yet there's some really awkward things that can run into that make it not so fun and wholesome.
And I gotta say though, the personalities that they chose for the characters really is a winning combo for this story, because the fact that he kind of in some ways doesn't have his life figured out and still kind of has some growing up to do and all that stuff makes it feel less weird. Like if he was, and then the fact that she is the one pushing this forward, but she's still insecure about it. Yeah, that's really good too. So
and all in all, it makes for a fun watch.
It does,
so guys. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access where you can chat with us about stories or just whatever. Anything that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.